You check your bank account before bed. You've been responsible. You skipped eating out, canceled 2 subscriptions, saved a couple $100 this month. Your balance finally hits $5,000, and you feel proud, like you're doing the smart, adult, financially responsible thing. But here's the uncomfortable part. While that $5,000 is sitting there doing absolutely nothing, your bank is quietly making money off it every single day. Not a few dollars, not a few hundred, billions off money that belongs to you. And the craziest part? They don't even have to trick you. You volunteer for it. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about how banks quietly make money off normal people. If you're someone who saves money but still feels like you're not getting ahead financially, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, because today we're talking about what I call lazy money and why it's secretly one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Here's the thing. Most people think saving money is automatically smart. Put it in the bank. Be safe. Don't invest. Don't risk it. Sounds responsible, right? But banks love that mindset, because when your money just sits there, they get to work, not you. Now, look, when you put $5,000 in a regular savings account, you might get, what, 0.01% interest? Maybe 0.1% if they're feeling generous? That's like $5 a year. $5. You can't even buy lunch with that. But here's what most people don't realize. Banks don't just hold your money, they use it. Your deposits become their inventory. They lend it out for mortgages at 6–7%. They finance credit cards at 18 to 25%. They invest it in bonds and treasuries at 4–5%. So let's do some math. Let's say you park $5,000 in your savings account. They pay you $5 a year, but they might lend that same $5,000 to someone else at 7%. That's $350. So they pay you $5 and make $350 from your money. That's a 70x difference. Imagine lending your friend $5,000 and they paid you $5 for the year while they made $350 with it. You'd feel robbed. But when a bank does it, we call it safe. This is where it gets interesting, because it's not just your money. According to FDIC data, Americans have over $17 trillion sitting in bank deposits. Trillion. Even if banks earn just a 3 to 4% spread on that money, we're talking hundreds of billions in profit, mostly from cash just sitting there, doing nothing. Lazy money. And psychologically, it feels productive. That's the trap. Our brain loves the word savings. It feels responsible, safe, adult. But financially, it's like parking your car on the highway. Technically, you're not crashing, but you're also not moving. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but Nick, I need savings. I can't just invest everything. And you're right. I'm not saying put your emergency fund into crypto and pray. That's not what this is about. Here's what most people don't realize. There's a massive difference between money that needs to be liquid and money that's just being lazy. Let me give you an example. Say you have $2,000 for emergencies, $3,000 for rent buffer, $10,000 just sitting there. That last $10,000, that's not safety. That's fear disguised as safety. And banks love fear, because fear keeps your money parked. Let's run the numbers again. $10,000 in a 0.1% savings account, you make $10 a year. Congrats, one pizza. $10,000 in a basic 4% high-yield account or treasury fund, $400 a year. Same risk level, way different result. Over 10 years, that's a $4,000 difference for doing nothing differently except moving it. That's literally a vacation or a used car or a couple months of rent, just gone because the money was lazy. Think about that. Not because you spent too much, not because you messed up, but because you did nothing. And that's the part nobody talks about. We're trained to feel guilty about spending, but we never feel guilty about idle cash losing value. Meanwhile, inflation is quietly eating 3 to 4% per year. So if your savings earns 0.1%, you're actually losing 3 to 4% silently every year. It's like having a leaky bucket and calling it storage. Psychology beats math here, because doing nothing feels safe. But in finance, doing nothing is often the most expensive choice. So what do you actually do? Simple. Step 1, figure out your true emergency fund. Not everything I own, just 3 to 6 months of expenses. If you spend $2,000 a month, maybe $6,000 to $12,000. That's it, not $40,000 just in case. Step 2, move that emergency money to a high-yield savings account or short-term treasury fund. Something earning 3 to 5%. Same safety, way more return. Step 3, anything beyond that, put it to work.
index funds, retirement accounts, bonds, whatever fits your risk level. But make it do something, because money is like employees. If they're just sitting around, they're costing you. They need jobs. And here's the mindset shift I want you to leave with. Banks are businesses, not vaults. They're not protecting your money out of kindness. They're using it to make profit. So you have to treat your money the same way. Make it work for you, not for them. Because here's the reality. Rich people don't have less cash. They just don't have lazy cash. Their money is always earning something, even when they sleep. And once you start thinking like that, everything changes. You stop asking, is my money safe? And start asking, is my money working? That one question alone could add tens of thousands to your life without earning an extra dollar. No side hustle, no grind, just smarter placement. So tonight, open your banking app, look at that number, and ask yourself honestly, is this safety or is this lazy money making my bank rich instead of me? If this video made you see savings a little differently, hit subscribe because we're going to keep breaking down the money rules nobody questions, but probably should, and I'll see you in the next one.